What's up, boys? Finally back from Summit, and wow, what an amazing experience. And it was a roller coaster of emotions. Lots of ups, lots of downs, but it was totally awesome. You know, we got there, we were super excited. We know that Summit is like the best of the best, and it's so hard, but it's so much fun, and we were super pumped to have just a really, really solid weekend. And it didn't start off so perfect. We had Chargers our first day coming out of wild card, and they were super fired up. Our warm-up went great. We felt great about everything. I mean, there have been such a solid team and such a consistent team all year long that I just figured it was gonna go perfect as usual. But then we started competing. The routine was actually going great. We were absolutely crushing it. Honestly, I thought it was one of their best routines they had been doing. The one-to-toe ones were on point. The baskets were on point. Our first switch-up stunt was awesome. I was like, yo, this is it. We're gonna score super high. We're gonna get out of this wild card. It's gonna be easy. Because if you don't know, wild card is the first round. So it's like 17 teams. They take the top 5. And I thought it was gonna be simple to get out. And our score was reflecting that at the moment. But then we got to our main stunt and we ended up having a mistake. We did the full down, we're getting ready to do the TikTok full around, and one of the flyers just kind of leaned off. It just happens. I mean, I think maybe the grips were weird. I don't know, I didn't really watch the video because at that point it didn't really matter. And you know, we weren't able to get the stunt back up. So not only did we get the stunt fall, but then we went out of range because we didn't do the next stunt. So we lost our degree of difficulty and our stunt difficulty score, which was like 1.6 points plus the stunt fall. We were over 2 points. I mean, it was just in the execution, we were probably close to 3 points behind at that point. So we ended up scoring like a 93 or something, which we probably would have scored a high 96, 97, and that would have put us in first place. And we ended up not getting out of finals because of it, and man, was it heartbreaking. You know, the kids were so upset, we were obviously upset, and it just, man, it sucked, I'm not gonna lie. But you know what happens? That's the name of the game. A lot of teams this weekend, not from us, from other programs, also had mistakes that normally don't happen, and that's just what makes Summit so hard because it's not a 2-day guaranteed competition. So we ended up getting like 15th out of the 17 or something like that. And you know, even with just the stunt fall, we would have still been in second place and gotten out of the wild card round into finals. You know, we live to fight another day. Not at Summit, but for getting ready for tryouts, and it was hard, but that's how my weekend started. But then we had Renegades, and they came in on that Friday, and they actually did really, really well. They hit a pretty solid routine, little bobbly, but it was enough to get out of wild card. We ended up getting the 5th spot out of the top 5 to sneak into the wild card rounds to go Sunday for the finals. And they did really well. I mean, the energies were great, vibes were good. Not our best routine, it was a little timid, but like I said, we took that 5th spot and they took the top 5 and we were 5, baby, so we went. Then on Saturday, Stallions had a paid bid, so they competed on Saturday, and they were taking the top 5 also out of like 17 or I think it was like 26 teams, and they did a pretty good, clean routine. We ended up coming out of 4th out of the top 5, or did they take 10?
Top 10.
Yeah, they took 10. We ended up 4th out of the 10 because there was like 26 teams, and they actually did a pretty clean routine. We felt really good about it. So then Renegades and Stallions were headed to finals on Sunday. To be really honest, we were just happy to be there. Finals is so hard to make at Summit, and so we were super, super excited. Stallions kicked it off that morning, and they did a really, really good routine also. Super clean, hit a hard score, but the entire division hit, and everyone did really, really well. So we got to awards, and we ended up staying in 4th place, which something we're really proud of. There was 36 teams in that division, and getting 4th out of 36 teams was really awesome. So we were so proud of them, and it was just such a good weekend for them, and Stallions have had such an amazing year. We got 2nd at NCAA, we got 4th at Summit, we won a lot of other competitions, so it was really cool, it was really special. But this is where it got kind of wild. So we were technically 5th out of wild card for Renegades, so that put us at the 15th spot in finals. We were literally the last team. We were like in last place, 15th place. So we went out there, we warmed up, we told the girls, look, we're happy to be here in finals. You know, let's try to shoot for a good routine, doing the best that we can. This division is hard. It's our first year level 5, so we knew we had to push. So they went out there and they absolutely crushed it. Best routine we've ever done. For example, on day 1, we scored like a 95-8 because we had a bobble. They came out there, performed the house down. The energy was fire. We got our score and it ended up being a 97.5. Mind you, the first place team in prelims had a 97.4, so I was like, but then I was like, you know what? I bet everybody's just scoring higher today because that happens and everyone brings a better day too. So we got on the bus, we went to go something to eat. We were watching the videos, watching the film, and I was like, man, everybody's hitting in this division. You know, our score was high, we were excited, but I think only one team really dropped a stunt, another one had a bobble, but all the 15 teams were hitting. So the kids were amped up. When we got backstage, I told the kids, I was like, hey, listen, y'all, you scored a 97.5. That's the highest score we've had all year. Our first competition, we got a bid with an 86. It's like an 11-point jump. Anyways, maybe not 11, that's not good math. Anyways, but yeah, so then we told the kids backstage, I was like, look, y'all, whether we're in 15th place, 14th place, 13th place, everybody hit. I don't care what place you get. I hope you break in the top 10. It doesn't matter to me. Don't let that take away from this 97.5 and how far we've come. Because what I didn't want to happen was that I didn't want them to get like 13th place and then feel like, oh man, we really didn't do better. Because they did so much better. So anyways, they get to the awards. They started announcing the awards, and it was wild because they were like in 15th place, and it was some other team were like, yay. 14th, I'm like, okay, cool. 13th, I'm like, bet. 12th, I'm like, not us, what? I was like, oh, we're gonna get 11th. We're gonna miss the top 10 by like this much. It's gonna be annoying. We weren't 11th either, so then we were like, yo, top 10. This is wild. They announced like a tie at 10th or something like that, and we're like, oh, we're for sure the tie, right?
And that brings us to our next placement, which is a tie for 10th.
Oh, no, that's us. That's us.
We're in 10th.
Our first team to tie at 10th.
But then we weren't 10th either, or the tie. So we're like, yo, kids are looking back. We're like gonna be in 8th place. I'm like, yo, this is the wrong awards. We gotta go. Just kidding. But yeah, so then they announced 8th, and then 7th, and then 6th. I'm like, yo, are we about to get in the top 5? This is wild because everybody hit, but we did do a much better routine. But I was like, is everybody gonna jump up? And I was like, I don't know. And they didn't. So then we get announced in 5th place, and man, you would have thought we won.
And now for 5th place.
It's a 5-way tie.
Let's hear it for Mustang.
Yes! We'll take it.
Everybody went crazy. The kids were going crazy. We were hyped. The parents were hyped. Because a first-year level 5 team with no one on the team that has ever done level 5 to be able to make top 5 out of 38 is crazy at Summit. I mean, crazy. That's something I'm so proud of. I never thought I'd be so proud of a 5th place, but sis, I was. So it was super awesome, such a great experience, and I think it just really validates the fact that we can do this. We're able, you know, we've been at previous gyms where we weren't able to build those upper levels, and for Mustang being like a 4-year-old gym, and us being able to build a level 5 team to get top 5 at NCA is fire. Like, that's crazy. But it was a crazy experience. You can check out yesterday's vlog if you haven't seen it to watch it. But y'all, it was an amazing weekend. Lots of highs, lots of lows. Obviously, I was still bummed about Chargers. The Renegades thing helped a little bit. Super proud of Stallions. And I mean, I'm just so proud of this season. I'm super fired up. I think this year's gonna be like no other. I just think we're gonna crush it, man. I think this year's gonna be fire. And that literally starts this weekend. We have tryouts this weekend. We have our staff meeting here in like 30 minutes to talk about it. And so I'm fired up, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching this season. I hope you guys truly, truly loved it and appreciate it. Get ready for another season with all the teams, and let's find out what teams I'm gonna be coaching. I'm super pumped about that. So thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow.